Hello, I'm Lois, and this is my first podcast. I thought I'd start by telling you who I am. Who am I? That takes us to Alice in Wonderland. Who am I? You know, Alice, she was the one who chased the rabbit down the rabbit hole. And it was about 2020 that I first heard that expression, going down the rabbit hole, to refer to researching a subject whose details were hidden. Alice in Wonderland is a reference over and over again. I think about the Mad Hatter at the Mad Hatter's Tea Party. He said to Alice that he had a riddle for her. And the riddle went, "Why is a raven like a writing desk?" Now, different people have come up with different solutions for that. Alice didn't know, the riddle was dropped. But one day I was thinking about it and I came up with my own solution, that the raven is an actual term. It means the one that goes from the temple or the mystery center or the cloister out into the village, seeding information in the village that the wise ones want to be broadcast, and picking up information from the village to take back to those who make it their practice to stay deeply in spiritual practices. I use the word twice. I hate using the same word twice, don't you? So the raven is the one who goes between the deep mystery center and the outside world. And that's me. I am a raven. I go from the Anthroposophical Society, where I'm no longer a member. I was a member, I think I joined in 1970 and left it in 2006, feeling that I didn't want my journey to be hampered by any organization and to be just a free spirit. I am a friend of the Anthroposophical Society, and as such, I do programs. And actually, there's a program, several coming up for the fall. I'll have to keep you posted on those. But I'm a friend to anthroposophy. I'm very interested in living spiritual movements as they pop up, and I follow them. Now, podcasts are a wonderful way to follow, which is why I thought I'd do my own. Now, as a raven, I go from my 50 years of studying spiritual wisdom to fashion. I love fashion. I work with fashion a lot. I'm an interior designer, so I work in people's homes, but I try to bring to that something about being able to read people and be objective in marrying the architecture with the lifestyle of those who are living in it, and add to that the spirit of the times, or the zeitgeist, a very familiar term to people who study spirituality. But most of all, I like to have fun. So today, what I'm wearing is a halibop dress. It's still available online if you go to halebob.com. It's a fun little dress. Let me show you. I'll just swing it around and step back a little bit. It's got a little tiered skirt, a blouse on top. The light isn't very good, which is probably good for my figure. And actually, my figure is the next thing I want to discuss. I've paired it with jewelry from Gas Bijou. They're also available online, and this is current product. It is a necklace that you can create yourself. I have 6 of these various little editions, and I choose them to go with the outfit I'm wearing. And I love coordinating. Earrings also gas bijou, as is this ring that has a scarab on it. I rather like the reference to Egypt. That might come up. And I wanted to talk to you too about, while we're on the subject of blouses and figures, and tell you a bit about myself and where I might be coming from with this podcast. Is I've just had a double mastectomy and lymph node dissection. It took 5 years to convince a surgeon to do the surgery. It was my 5th surgery for breast cancer since 1999. So I am a breast cancer survivor. I've made my journey with alternative treatments all the way. Surgery plus alternative treatments, no radiation, no chemotherapy. And I know a lot of people are being pressured into doing those. I certainly was. And I just stood against it all the way. For me, I knew that the chemotherapy would kill me instantly. One of the things I tried working with an anthroposophical doctor was mistletoe, which is made into a compound called Iscador. It's a homeopathic. And they tried to inject it into my vein to do deep treatment. It's normally injected subcutaneously 2 times a week. But after my third surgery, Ken wanted to try that, and I went into anaphylactic shock quite quickly. Recently, I've been doing to get me through the 5 years. The tumor on this side was the size of both fists together, and it had broken through the skin at the end, which is why I came through to a new protocol and actually qualified for surgery with a lot of convincing. But I knew that if they tried to put chemotherapy into my veins, they wouldn't get the needle out fast enough to keep me alive. So my life has been reinvented. I was lying in bed with a tumor popping out of my breast in pain. And now I had the best case scenario surgery, the best case scenario recovery, and I'm reinventing myself on this side of my new life. And I want to share my sense of we can do it, whatever it is, we can get it done. So my podcast will have to do with just this sunny disposition, positive attitude, clear look in the face of things that get in our way, and clarifying what our way just might be. So this is my podcast. This is what I'm going to do. And there's one more thing about who I am, and that's that I'm a eurythmist. I was trained in the art of eurythmy, which is an art of movement begun by Rudolf Steiner in around 1917. It was developed for a mystery play, and I'm going to be co-leading a study group with Grant Davis on the mystery plays this fall, and I'll be telling you more about that. But eurythmy is an art of movement that is deep, deep in the learning about the finer bodies of the human presence, and it has so much to give. So I want to end my first podcast with some eurythmy gestures that will work as an enlivening and clearing. These are the vowels A, E, I, O, U. I'm just going to start this week by showing you A, E, I, O, U. And let's see if I can get far enough back and tilt the screen a little bit that you can get a feeling of these gestures. A, phonetically or in pronunciation, is in purity, ah, ah. And that we open ourselves to the world in wonder. Open your whole heart and soul to the world and stretch your arms out to receive it. Forming your spine. Protecting yourself, you make a cross. Stand firm against it. A. Open. A. Self-assertion. I am here. Reach down and hold everything that is too earthly, pulling you down into too much weight, and reach another hand up to direct to spirit, and it goes diagonally through the chest, and that gets created this way. E, self-assertion. And then we need to reach out and hug, embrace the world warmly. Oh, embrace the world. Reach out from way behind you, reach out to the whole environment and take it in. Fill it with your heart. Then we have the earnest seeker. Ooh, it's a dark sound. Ooh. So we need to make a narrow pathway with our arms. Ooh. Always with the vowels, you're sending out from the inside. You're streaming out your energy. You're streaming out your warmth. You're streaming out your light. Ooh. These are our capacities. Ah, A. And we usually end with arms crossed, the left hand first over the heart, the right hand on top. Pull yourself within yourself again. Feel your feet stream up through the crown of your head. Feel your heart within your chest and come to our breath. Thank you for watching my first podcast. I hope to do a series in that we can have fun with fashion, with spirituality, with healing, with Eurythmy, and I'll invite some guests. So please do check back in. Have a wonderful time.